Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. Today we are quite sadly discussing The Marvels. Directed by Nia DaCosta and starring Brie Larson, Vellani, Zawe Ashton, Teyonah Harris and Samuel L. Jackson. Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel are drawn together against a random and really weak and forgettable foe to save the world. My synopsis might give you a clue about my feelings towards this movie, but I will be fair, despite my very constant hatred of what Marvel has done pretty much ever since Endgame. But I'll park that for the negatives because there's quite a few. So let's be fair and start with the positives. I do think this film is pretty well paced. It gets straight into the action. I thought there was some good animation in the opening. It does try its hardest to be fun and have an adventure at times, and I do think it was a really good idea to not really attach this to the whole multiverse mess that they've created for themselves. It is pretty much its own things. There are very small tie-ins with other projects, but it's not that dramatic. And I do think that the characters work pretty well together. It's serviceable. No one really annoyed me. But sadly, that really is it for the positives, and you're probably quite surprised that I had a few to say in the first place. What I do have is a big old list of cons that we have to tuck into right now. This story is appalling. It is somehow incredibly formulaic and safe, and yet equally a complete and utter lazy mess. It doesn't know what it wants to do, it doesn't know what direction it wants to go in. It felt so first or second draft, and it really stood out when you think back to things like the original Iron Man, the first Captain America, where there's genuinely effort being put in, genuine characterization, taking what are frankly quite unrealistic situations and still being able to connect with an audience emotionally and have them invested. Yeah, all of that is long gone, and it has been infected totally with pure Disneyfication. We actually stop to have a musical halfway through the movie out of nowhere, and it reeks of the Disney classic remakes. Oh my god, I don't know why Disney have it in their head that this is what people want from films. I think this might be the laziest set design and makeup that I've seen in a Marvel movie in a very long time. Quantumania was just green screens everywhere, but I have to admit it had more imagination than this. There is an alien in here who I swear to god just had a blue face. Human, totally human, no prosthetic, it is just blue face paint. We are going that level of we don't care. And the sets don't feel real, they feel exactly like they do in Quantumania, funnily enough. Either green screen, blue screen, or just entirely CGI. There's nothing tactile about it, it just reeks of corporate Disney and box ticking. As I mentioned in the synopsis, this is such a weak villain. I've already forgotten their name. I'm not entirely sure I knew what they were trying to achieve by the end, but to be honest, I didn't really care, so I just sat there and let it happen in front of my eyes. It's so safe, it's so inconsequential, it's such a cash grab. It's here to simply put bums in seats, make that cash, and please absolutely nobody because they have not even bothered to try. The jokes are bad, the soundtrack is weird. Again, they just pick cool songs, thinking that if you play a cool song, then the scene must be cool. No! A cool scene makes a scene cool. Because it isn't big enough, brave enough, bold enough to do something out there that actually challenges people or surprises its audience or takes them somewhere they weren't expecting, that could have genuinely dire consequences for other characters in this universe, or pose a threat, you know, actually put some groundwork in and build something up, rather than just throwing shit at a wall and hoping for the best. But no, it's never going to do that anymore. It's a self-sustaining machine now. These projects simply exist to advertise their other projects. Oh, if you want to see the Marvels, you better have checked out Miss Marvel first. You need to have seen WandaVision so you know who this character is. Or you need to go and find that movie from 2011 to understand that extremely obscure reference that is going to mean absolutely nothing in 10 movies' time. It all plays out like such a congratulatory pat on the back. And for what? Because it's a load of crap. It's smug, it's up itself, it thinks it's the best damn thing since sliced bread, simply because this company used to make good movies once upon a time. And now they've got overconfident and they're acting like it's just a gimme. They could do it with a blindfold on and still get all the awards and all the money. And it's just simply not true. And people at Disney need to start waking up and realising it's not working. They don't want the same old tired formula that doesn't have any consequences to anything whatsoever except to put a bum in a seat for 90 minutes and make the company more money. The Marvels gets a 2 out of 10. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comment section as well. Have you seen The Marvels? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, well, you can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.